Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you very much for the opportunity of speaking about our churches in Kenya. Please let us know, how are our churches dealing with the situation of health crisis there?
The COVID-19 pandemic is actually affecting the churches so much. First of all, the Sunday service attendance. Of course, that one is not there because the government has closed down all public gatherings. So there's no church that meets. Churches who are well established, like maybe the Baptist Church, the PCA, the Anglican, and the Catholic, of course, in urban centers, can transmit their services online. Again, the challenge is that not every church member has a phone. And even those who have phones, a majority would just have very simple one to make calls or convey messages, but it cannot contain like social apps like WhatsApp or Messenger. So this one has affected the spirit of unity and fellowship together as a church, as congregations. So this is the time that church members are actually calling for help from the pastors. And in Kenya Mennonite Church, pastors don't have a salary. They are volunteers. It is really, really difficult that this pastor has to find a way of feeding his or her own family, in addition to taking care of the flock. Most of our members, the few who are employed, are either casuals whose jobs are renewed annually, if not monthly. Some are even on weekly payroll. So those actually are the people who are being laid off. Here where I am, we are so remote. You are here, and the roads have been worse than when you are here. But more people are settling in because it is now better than, especially with the COVID-19, we have seen buildings coming up in a rush to run away from the congestion in town and be in the rural setting. Those of us who stay here, we can take advantage that we are in one place and sometimes have half an hour, 20 minutes of sharing together. In the rural areas, they are doing house fellowship. The biggest challenge that I'm seeing now is schools are closed down, institutions are closed down. Jobs that are not considered essential are also closed down, and employers are advised to encourage the employees to carry out the necessary duties online.
What would you say to churches that are in a similar situation that you have shared about your church in Kenya?
For every difficult situation, God provides a way, and sometimes that way may not be coming from far. Let's look around and see how we can engage. I have my 3 grandchildren with me and my husband, and I have someone who helps, 2 boys who help us in the farm. And to me, this is a full church now for me. So I find a way of jumping around with my grandchildren and reading Bible verses together and try to sing their songs, because they also get depressed. They keep telling me, "Grandma, we are bored." And I don't want them to be on my phone looking at YouTube games all the time. Not good for their psyche and for their sight. So whatever little opportunity we have, even if it is at the family, because to me, the church, the smallest church is the family.